Yo, it's Brian here. Today, talking about the San Francisco 49ers. As always, looking at the top 3 players I think is going to break out in 2020. These are players that are either free agents from 2019, like D4, Quan Alexander, or players that were drafted by the 49ers in the draft via Nick Bosa, Deebo Samuel, those guys. These players, they were very good in 2019, but they're just going to have that breakout year where they're just absolutely dominant. I'm excited for this. Hope you guys are as well. As you all know, John Lynch in 2019, he hit home in both free agency and the draft, and hopefully this year in 2020, he hits home with both of them because he's been really good at it for the whole couple of years he's been here as general manager for the 49ers. Well, 2017, that might be a little bit different. Anyways, I'm going to get this video started, but before I do, please like and subscribe. That's going to definitely help me out a lot. Click that bell notification to get notified of future videos. Share this channel, share this content with fellow Niner faithfuls. Yeah, let's get this started. 49ers top 3 players I expect to break out in 2020. Number 3, linebacker Quan Alexander. As you all know, one of my favorite players right now in San Francisco. You guys know what he stands for. I know what he stands for. The players, the front office, they know what he stands for in terms of the energy guy, the rah-rah man, the leader of this team, part of it along with Fred Warner, Richard Sherman, and them on the defensive side of the ball. We all know in 2019, he had a great year for the first half, and then he tore his pectoral in the game against the Arizona Cardinals of all things, Thursday Night Football. Came back in the playoffs, which was a big miracle. I mean, who saw him coming back in a divisional round all the way to the Super Bowl? Had a pretty nice run as well, but I expect 2020 to be completely healthy, and he is going to be one of those guys. I'm just excited for him. I can't wait for him to be completely healthy and completely ready to start this whole 2020 season. There's with that statistic where Bosa, Ford, Alexander all on the field at the same time in the defense. Nobody could stop this defense at all, and I expect that form of defense to come back when everyone's fully healthy. D Ford should be all right. Nick Bosa is already all right. And Quan getting that bicep surgery a week ago. He's going to get even better. I expect him to break out even more along with Warner, Greenlaw, the linebacking core. They're going to be awesome. They're called Hot Boys for a reason. They're just a beast. That's all I could say. Number 2, defensive end Nick Bosa. I know he was so heartbroken losing that Super Bowl against the Kansas City Chiefs. He had a great game in that whole matchup, but unfortunately they came up short. I think he's really motivated to do really well in 2020. I predict for the upcoming year, he's going to sack for at least 15 times for the whole year. I think he's going to be just absolutely dominant. He's going to be like a J.J. Watt, Aaron Donald type guy where he just takes over games. I don't know what else to say. He changed this defensive line for the good because before he came, it was absolutely terrible. Now with him in the lineup, they were one of the top sacking teams in the NFL. Looking at it, his rookie year was just the tip of the iceberg. I believe him having a second year in the NFL, getting a full experience as a rookie, he's just going to get even more comfortable, just be even more dominant. Some of you guys are probably questioning, why am I picking him at number 2? Why is he on this list in the first place? It's just because of the fact I think he did a really good job in 2019, but 2020, I think he's just going to be great, and he could be an all-pro for 2020. So I'm expecting for that from him and the whole defensive line. I think they're going to do really well. He's going to be a big reason why our defense is going to be dominant still in 2020. Bosa, rooting for you. You're going to do awesome, I think, and just keep working hard. Number 1, the top 49er player I expect to break out in 2020 is wide receiver Deebo Samuel. Yes, he is just getting started just like Bosa, but I think he's just going to set a blaze for the offense. Hopefully he does not get in the doghouse like Dante Pettis. I do not want that to happen in his second year like Pettis, but I believe Samuel, the way he's shown a lot of promise this whole year, being able to be incorporated in the passing game, also in the rushing game as well with those jet sweeps, he's just going to be even better in my opinion in 2020. I think he could be the first wide receiver. Look at it. He might rush for 1,000 and receive for 1,000 yards for a wide receiver. That's never happened before. I don't know if that's going to happen, but I believe he can get up there in terms of both rushing yards and receiving yards, being the jack of all trades. Well, really, I can see 1,000 receiving yards and 500 rushing yards, which would be amazing, which would be ridiculous. And yeah, I can't wait to see what Kyle Shanahan has to offer more with Deebo in 2020. So him, Jimmy Garoppolo, I think they're going to have even more rapport together. He could be the number 1 receiver coming in to 2020. We know Emmanuel Sanders was in 2019, but since, I guess he's getting up there in age, also, he might be a pending free agent. I don't know if he's going to be on this team in 2020. If not, hopefully he is. But if not, then I believe Samuel could be that top guy to lead Jimmy Garoppolo and them to greatness on the offensive side of the ball. I believe he's going to be the biggest factor coming in to 2020 along with George Kittle and them. I wanted to put Kittle on this list, but I already put him last year and he already broke out, so don't need to worry about that. But anyways, looking at my boy Deebo, number 19, I think he's going to do just an awesome job with Jimmy Garoppolo and company, and I just, as I said, can't wait to see what Kyle Shanahan has to offer for him and all the plays, the draws, the play calling that he does with him. So, yep, that's pretty much it. You guys wanted to talk about this real quick, early to talk about this, but hey, need to talk about some football, 49er football, right? Please let me know what you guys got for players breaking out in 2020. I'd like to hear what you got to say in the comments below. If you guys like this, please like and subscribe. That's going to definitely help me out a lot. I'll be catching you guys up probably tomorrow or Friday. I'm not sure yet, but if you don't see me tomorrow, I'll definitely see y'all guys on Friday. Bye, guys. Love y'all. Y'all have a great rest of your night. Go Niners all day. Hot boys.